And one day he did. He caused me to realize that I had resentment for my mother for trying to turn me away from my father, that I resented her for that, and I became just like her. And so, and then my father for being weak, not strong enough to do something about it. And so I realized that I resented her, and that this resentment had held me back in life. And it was wrong for me to resent her. It was wrong for what she did, but it was wrong for me to hate her for it, because it came back on me and it held me back, and she couldn't help herself. So I went to my mother, because the Bible says that when you forgive others, God will forgive you. They don't have to apologize, but you forgive them for what they've done, and God will forgive you. So I went to my mother and I told her, all of my life I resented you because you tried to turn me away from my father. You were impatient with me, and I'll become just like you, and I'm sorry for hating you. I realize now that you couldn't help yourself. And for the first time, she told me about her life and exactly what she had done to me. Her mother had done it to her, and this goes on from generation to generation because people don't really deal with it. But when I forgave my mother, in an instant, God forgave me. And he took away all of my fears, all of my doubts, all of my worries, all of my insecurities, all of my stuff. And he gave me perfect peace. Absolutely perfect peace. He also allowed me to see my purpose in life. And that's when I started Bond, the Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny. I know for a fact and believe in my heart that if we could get men to turn back to God and love what's right with all their heart, soul, and might, get married and protect and guide their families, we can turn the black community around overnight. We have a home for young men that we bring in from around the country. We show these guys how to overcome their anger, work, finish school, get married before having babies, and judge people based on character and not color, because it's a spiritual thing. And we're doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing and with our after-school character building program, counseling, tutoring with boys from 10 to 18. And I have to tell you, once God gave me perfect peace, I went back and I said to him, I said, God, I have one more favor, only one more. And he said, all right, what is it? And I said, you know what? Prior to waking me up and overcoming my anger, I was a liberal Democrat. Can you forgive me? He's like, yeah, that's fine. And so I became a conservative Republican. I am conservative all the way through and through, Republican. I love the values. I agree with the values of the Republican platform. And I know we have issues with the Republicans, some issue with them, but I like the platform of God, family, country, Constitution, individuality. I love that. That's the way to go. That's what made America so great. And we got to return to that. I do want to tell you, it is easier to be a member of the KKK than it is to be a black Republican conservative. But I love what's right. I love what's right with all my heart. I have 5 children that I've adopted, one of my own, and I love my kids. But I love what's right more than anything else. And I love my country. And I refuse to cow down to these liberals or folks who are on the side of evil, because that's what it's about. It's a battle between good and evil. And there are people who represent good, and there are those who represent evil. And I refuse to cower down to evil. I've had guns drawn on me. My telephone's been tapped. I've been banned from 3 radio stations in the LA area. I've been called Uncle Tom, sellout. You hate your mama, you hate your daddy, you hate your color. I've been called every name in the book and then some. I've been called, you ever heard the word nigger? White people are afraid of that word, huh? Don't say that. Don't say nigger. I've been called nigger so much by black people, I was thinking about changing my middle name. From Jesse Lee Peterson to Jesse Nigger Peterson. I told my staff, I might as well just change my name. But I don't care what they call me, because I love what's right. And I'm not worried about the name calling anymore. I don't have that fear. I'm winding down here. We started about 2 years ago we started a national speaking tour to educate and inform people about Barack Obama. I tried to warn the people prior to electing Barack Obama. I said, look, don't vote for this guy. This guy's a liar. He is a liar. He lied about his relationship with Jeremiah Wright Jr. He lied about his not knowing that Jeremiah Wright Jr., his preacher, was a racist, that he taught racism from the pulpit. And after sitting on this guy for 20 years, he said Jeremiah Wright Jr. was like an uncle to him. He donated money to them. Jeremiah Wright Jr. married he and Michelle. He baptized their children, but yet you don't know that he's a racist? I said, don't vote for it. It's like, have you ever dated a liar? I used to date a lot. The worst thing you could date is a liar. You could never trust a liar. And Barack Obama lied to the country then, and yet America still voted for him. And now we are paying the price for it because he's still lying. Barack Obama is a far-left liberal, socialist, anti-Christian, anti-white, anti-Israel, black liberation theology, lying president. I said there. I said then that Barack Obama will go down in history as the most hated and worst president, one-term president that this country has ever had. And I see it to be true. There is one good thing that has come out of having Barack Obama as president, and that one good thing is the Tea Party movement. Obama woke us up. I think had we had John McCain, we would still be complaining and whining. But Barack Obama shook us back into reality. And so that's a good thing, because I believe now we have a chance to save America. We have a chance to save it. And I love that. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. We have these, you got to get some of these Stop Obama bumper stickers. They're a good conversational piece, if nothing else. And plus it has the picture of me, and I look pretty good on there, I think. So make sure you get some over here on the table. We have books and things as well, books that I've written, and I'll be happy to sign them. We have free newsletters for you. But Barack Obama is the worst president, and he has awakened in normal America. I'm sorry to tell you that as of this day, 91% of black Americans are still supporting Barack Obama, knowing that he supports abortion on demand, knowing that he's a liar, knowing that he is not of God, knowing that this guy can't be trusted. But they're supporting him for two reasons. One is that he's black, and second is that he's corrupt. Because if he had been a good man, they would not be supporting him. Because black Americans, not all but most, have been morally bankrupt. And we got to be honest about that so that we can help them overcome that. And I know what it's like to be on that side of the fence. But we have a chance. And never mind the NAACP. The NAACP is no better than the KKK, except that they wear black suit sheets and the KKK wear white sheets. So when they call the Tea Party movement racist, that's fine. Let them call you whatever they want. In my closing, I want to say to white Americans that you got to get over the fear of being called racist. Let them call you whatever they want, because when they can call you names and cause you to become afraid, then they can conquer you. There's nothing worse than fear. You cannot have fear. You got to get over the fear. I told you about what they call me. They call me every name in the book, but I'm okay with that. So you let them call you whatever they want. You tell the truth. And I want to encourage white Americans to be honest with black Americans, because they're not getting the truth in their churches. They're not getting it in their homes. They're not getting it in their communities. They're not getting it in their educational system. Somebody got to tell them the truth, because it's the truth that set you free. The lie will never set you free. The lie will destroy you. So somebody got to tell you the truth. So here's what I want you to do, white Americans. When you come up, when you meet a black, anybody out here know any black people? Besides, okay. Besides me. But when you're in conversation with black Americans about this country, about this president, about whatever, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. And when they get angry at you, let them be angry by themselves. Just look at them as though you're looking at a movie. And let them act out, because they're not heard the truth. They're not getting the truth. And when they act out by themselves, they will start thinking, well, how come I'm angry if this person is telling the truth? Why am I so mad? You know, they'll get a chance to see themselves. But if you overreact to them, it's going to make you look like you're the liar, the racist. And also, white folks, you can tell black people the truth, and then you can run. Just take off. The truth is of God, and when you walk away, the truth will stay there, and they will have to deal with it. But we gotta tell the truth. They tell lies. Why can't we tell truth? And it's the truth that's gonna make us better. In closing, I want to encourage you to be brave, to have courage. God said that we should have courage. We should stand. But in order to do that, you got to lay down your pride. You got to lay down your ego. I remember I used to date a lot, and whenever my girlfriend wanted something from me, she would work on my ego. You know, if she wanted something, she would say, oh, you're so handsome. I love you. You're a good man. But if I say no to her request, she would say, oh, you're no good. You're not handsome anyway. My mother told me not to date your cheap self. But so trying to lie to my ego to make me feel good didn't work. You know how some people, you lie to them, and the bigger the lie is, the better they feel. That's why we ended up with Bill Clinton twice. He was a good liar. And so if she couldn't get control over me by making me feel good, then she would call me names to get me angry. And once I became angry, I felt guilty. And in order to get rid of the guilt, I had to give her what she wanted. See how you're being manipulated? So if you drop that ego, lay down that pride, and love what's right with all your heart, soul, and might, you will be able to do the right thing because it is the right thing to do. Not because of how you feel about it, but it's the right thing to do. So I want to encourage you to lay down your anger, lay down your resentment, so you can wake up to goodness, to God within, and stand for what is right. God said to stand, stand, stand. And when we've done all we can do to stand, stand some more. Thank you so much for having me here. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the Tea Party movement. Thank you so much.